welcome to Respect San Francisco International Hip Hop Dance Fest weekly podcast. My name is Micaya, and this right here is my beautiful co-host, Brandy Beasley.
What's up, y'all? Another episode.
What's up? It's another episode. We've been having an excellent season this year.
Absolutely.
2024, the 26th annual, has been just giving us fruitful info and insight, and just it's been beautiful.
It really has. Like I don't think you did this on purpose, but just it's layered upon layered itself, especially with the Bay Area dance history, dance scene. So that's been cool, very cool. I have a love for turf, and I loved it before, but now it's just like, oh. Like, okay, maybe I get the kiddos there, and finally, like the whole storytelling thing just hit me. I was like, oh, I see it. It's like I put on a new pair of glasses. Yeah.
And the moves have, meaning behind them, and, just like, with Crump and everything, but we haven't talked to Freedom yet, but we might. Anyways, but today we're going outside of the Bay Area, and I'm so excited. But meanwhile, everyone, we're in San Francisco International Hip Hop Dance Fest season 26. Did I stutter?
Woo! Okay. 26. Oh my goodness. We're closer to 30 than any. Oh, I mean, dang. I remember when it was like 5 years, baby.
Remember, we're at 1 year.
Right?
Yeah, so, this festival has consecutively been giving you high quality programming since 1999 in San Francisco, California. And we're bringing dance companies from all over the planet. This year we had 113 applications from everywhere: Tunisia, Colombia, Poland. I mean, just so many beautiful places and so many really, really outstanding dance companies applied. It was one of the hardest years of all time for me to book this festival. And in a way, I had to kind of just shut out who they were and just really look at what the content was that they were submitting just for this year. And if they were GOATs and they applied, but it just didn't fit with the programming, I said, look, I'm honored that you even applied, but it's just not fitting this year. Please, please, please do it again. Apply next year. I love you. Have so much respect for this community, obviously, just because I have only followed my heart in all of this, because I didn't know how to do this. And I never claimed that I knew how to do this from the start. I've learned every step of the way, everyone. And the only thing I could follow was my own heart's navigation. And my own heart's navigation is, I am a dancer, I'm a choreographer. How would I want to be treated? And hip hop dance professionals should be treated as such, not just because they're hip, because they're dancers, because they're arts professionals. But you put that hip hop name in front of it, and sometimes there people are like, wait, you pay for their flights? You don't have them pay them their own way? Wait, would you do that to Wynton Marsalis? Would you do that to any other arts professional? So I'm just trying to even up this ground of, the respect. Respect is the name of this podcast, huh, Brandy? Am I on a tirade? I'm sorry.
No, it needs to be said. I mean, and we continue to say it, and we've been saying it since we started the podcast. And yeah. Respect needs to be paid to the people doing. I mean, this society needs this. Society needs this storytelling, this art, we all need it. We all need it. I'll be in the fields at some point.
It's crucial. So it's November 9th and 10th. Get your tickets at sfhiphopdancefest.com. I'm excited because we're just learning about this person today. We haven't ever booked them before. And I am really excited to learn all about this guest of ours. So can you go ahead and let's just hop into this?
Let's hop into it. Okay, here we go. So Morgan Williams is a talented and influential figure in the world of dance who has made a significant impact on both concert and commercial dance through performances, choreography, and creative direction. He started his professional career at just 18 years old with Dance Kaleidoscope in Indianapolis, Indiana, and quickly gained recognition for his talent and artistry. He's been associated with several renowned concert dance companies and has made notable contributions to commercial projects like So You Think You Can Dance. In 2021, Morgan established his studio aptly named The Studio in the greater Milwaukee area, which serves as the home for his professional dance company, Water Street Dance Milwaukee. With his dance company, he's created numerous original and expressive choreographic works, captivating audiences across the U.S. and earning him recognition and commission projects with prestigious companies and institutions such as Madison Ballet and Visceral Dance Chicago. Critics have praised his unique and expressive choreographic style, and he has garnered acclaim for his contributions to the dance scene in Milwaukee. Welcome, Morgan.
Ooh, that's an impressive intro.
Oh my goodness.
You made it sound really nice. Like that. I like that. I'm here for that one.
Well, it sounds like you've done a lot in a little bit of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. You're on the ground. Yes. Nice.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, just give us, how did this all start at 18 for you and dance?
I mean, dance, for me, dance really saved my life. That's how I look at it. That's how my artists in my company, we go about it. We dance in the sense of like survival, right? We love what we do. So dance has just been something that at a young age, I've just been very much able to connect with. I'm very grateful also just for all the teachers that I had. Like, I would not be here where I'm at today without their influence and their like motivation and positivity and that push that they gave me at a young age, and those values that you can also learn in the studio. I think that was really important in cultivating me to be the man that I am today. So dance quickly would probably be, I was on a drill team beforehand. I was on South Shore drill team, so I can twirl a rifle and a flag. That's kind of where I first started. Kind of like put the ball in your hand, right? And then I was fortunate the Joffrey Ballet of Chicago came to my grade school, and they kind of did like a community outreach, which is really important with me and my own dance company when we go on tour across the United States, is that we do a lot of community involvement. But the Joffrey came to my grade school, and that was just, it was it, and it just became like a cycle. They were like, all boy dance camp, free. Boy and girl dance camp in the summer, free. Okay, audition for the Joffrey Nutcracker. And at like 11 years old, my first show was Party Boy number 5 doing 20 shows with the Joffrey Ballet of Chicago. And like, then just from there, just kept going to scholarships to like different dance institutions in Chicago. And then I ended up graduating from a private arts high school called Chicago Academy for the Arts. And that really catapulted me into my career. And then I was able to dance professionally, whether that was concert or commercial, which funny enough, I know this is a hip hop dance festival, but I would say that I didn't really get real hip hop training until I started at 18. I started with Culture Shock Chicago. So shout out Culture Shock fams. And then that's where I really learned the elements and the foundations of hip hop, learning the difference between popping and locking, breaking, tutting, whacking. So that's where most of my influence for hip hop would come from as well as an artist. And then, of course, the whole commercial route. RIP to Stephen Twitch Boss, huge inspiration for me as well. I got to really work with him on a teaching tour once upon a time. And he really just kind of took me under his wing and just kind of showed me the ropes, you know what I mean? And like his energy and how to get down. So those would be my hip hop influences for sure. Yes, I am classically trained and I can pull up and put on the tights if necessary. Yeah. But I also get down with the get down.
I love it.
Yeah. Right down in all the ways.
Uh-huh.
I mean, look, we're talking about being well-rounded. We're talking about the entire galaxy, not just one planet and one planet, or like I consider them, complementary. You learn one thing and it complements something else. I was not just trained in one form either. I went from ballet and jazz to West Coast and Senegalese African to Haitian and hip hop and salsa. And that I'm so grateful for. And I always encourage people to fully go ahead and expand your repertoire, open and have many chapters to what you can do. Why not?
Right. Well, because no one wants to eat the same kind of food all the time. I mean, come
Exactly.
on, right? You want to go over here, get some of that. Maybe you want to learn
Yeah,
how to eat yourself at home and,
exactly.
mix it up with this other thing you've been doing. So absolutely, yes, the different.
1000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also has to do with gravitational, like where if you're with ballet, they're just saying all the opposite things that I say in my class, like lift, suck, tuck, up, and I'm
Mhm.
all about drop, down, heavy, feeling it, this bounce, this high, hydraulics of just this ride. So it's fun to have, this balance. So
Oh yeah.
yes, we commend you for that, and it's wonderful that you do all that you do, for real, for real, for real.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and
I
it's
wouldn't be
wonderful
out
that,
here without my mentors, that's for sure.
and I was just going to say, and it's wonderful that you acknowledge that, because you have done so much, but then you understand that there's a legacy you have learned from, and
Yeah.
we appreciate, everyone always appreciates that you didn't just come on this earth and become who you are without all of that. And I love that the Joffrey ballet came in and did that. It's really inspiring, makes me feel like, man, we need to do more of that, because
Yeah.
that was meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Something I tell my kids all the time too, because I have a pre-professional program back home in Milwaukee, is that you need to be able to eat off multiple plates. It's so important. Like if you want to be an artist, especially a dancer, well, what does that mean? I can do choreography. Yes, I can take a dance, I can dance for this artist, but then I can hit the ballroom, or as a teacher, I can choreograph or teach ballet, hip hop, jazz. It's more opportunities to eat. So it's very important to be well versed and diverse as an artist.
Yeah. But your dance company, Water Street Dance Milwaukee, is that right? Or just Water Street?
Yeah. Water Street Dance Milwaukee. We're also Dance Magazine's 25 to Watch this year in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
That's outstanding. But most of your repertoire is what in the company?
I say I'm a contemporary dance company. We're really a repertory dance company. And then like when you look at contemporary, what does that really mean
What
these
does
days?
that?
Right. Well, there's one definition that says new, but for me, contemporary is a melting pot of all your genres, all your influences, and you choose what parts of you really want to pull out for that. So I have repertory that is, some would call contemporary ballet, some would call modern, some would call so and so's contemporary. We have different voices too. I think that's important. I have a Princess Grace awardee, Cam Saunders rep. Madison Hicks, who's a Juilliard graduate, I have her voice within my repertory. Braden Barnes. We even have a guy named Leon Domisco, who was working with Diablo back in the day. So it's just broad. And most recently, I actually just choreographed a new work called Beef. And I worked with a composer from California. His name's David Shockey. And originally, it started with I want to do Drake. But then when the whole Kendrick and Drake thing happened, as we were in discussion, we were like, no, we got to do both. So then we just changed up the piece, called it Beef. He composed the music, used a little bit of sound clips here and there. And so it's a little bit of everything. That's what I can really tell you.
I want to
My
see
best
that.
way to look at it is
Yes.
I got something for everybody.
When is this? When is this happening?
Beef.
Yeah, we want to see it.
I was going to send it to you low key and be like, yo, what do you think? But I don't know if this is supposed to be on the podcast or not. But what do you think about this instead of what I actually submitted? So
Too
I'll send it
late.
to you.
Next
I'll
year.
send it. I'll send it to you. You know what I'm saying?
For next year. I mean, but is it
Okay.
so you've already performed this?
We premiered it on tour in Nebraska, which ironically is where the composer was originally from. So it kind of worked out. His whole family came, the community popped out. we didn't take out any of the words either. So it was interesting to perform like a Kendrick Drake composition in middle of nowhere, Nebraska, but they ate it up, you know? They ate
Yeah.
it up.
I mean, come on, conflict is interesting.
Well,
Yes.
We can't
always.
we
We
can't
love
help.
some beef. It's funny explaining to them what beef really was. You know what I mean? I was like, so culturally is when you don't like so and so. Now we got beef, not the cow that's in the grass. So
Oh,
it was
because of
cool though.
Nebraska, because they have.
Yeah, Nebraska.
I get
Yeah,
it. I get it.
yes. The demographic is a little sketch. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. So no, it's intriguing just the concept and the name. So
Mhm.
it already makes everyone go, oh, I want to see that. So
Mhm.
yeah, definitely submit it. Obviously it'll be a year later, but tell us what you are performing, what you're not performing, but you choreograph. Please
Yeah.
tell us.
Well, so first, I would really like to say that I'm fortunate with the artists in my company that the artistic process would not be possible without their influence. So there are times where, yes, I will list myself as a choreographer, but specifically in this work, I would like to say I'm more or less artistic direct. Like that. That's really important. There's a lot of freestyling or structure improv within this work. And the work that I'm doing is called Action, Reaction, and Words. And I was going through a heavy time in my life, just had a kid, baby mama drama, etc. And, I believe that good art is genuine. So why not create based off of what you can actually relate to? And so thus action, reaction, and words. And the real thing is, people understand whether it's actions that you're hurting them, or they understand your reaction that you hurt them, or they understand by the words. And so what's cool about it is that the piece opens up with a dancer and a drummer, and it's just going crazy, bang, 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 and the drums influences how the dancer responds, and he's going to crump, he's going to break, there's going to be some contemporary in there for sure. And then there's a little bit of comedy in there too, a little comedy element, because why not? And then once he does this full like tour de force solo for like 5 minutes with the drums, obviously, the stamina takes hold. And so there's this moment of silence where he's going to be just hear him breathing, and I think that the simplicity of that alone just lets the audience know, one, he's tired, and that, the action took out of him. So this is his reaction, right? And then, so this moment of silence. And then the words is my best friend, who I love so dearly, just an amazing artist all around. He just got his master's in painting, but he's a poet. And that's why we connect. And so he does this poem, and that's the words. And so then, it's really understanding what got him to this point, and the relationship. And so it's deep on a lot of different levels. So it's so much culture in there, I mean, from the breaking to the drums to the poetry, or I like to say spoken word, really. So that's action and reaction and words. And we haven't done this piece in about a year now, maybe a year and a half, I really want to say. So I'm excited to just get back into the studio with the homies and create something raw.
Wow. I cannot wait to see that. And this is where the feels come up. I'm always the feelings in this podcast.
We're emotional, you know what I mean?
But like sometimes I do not think people understand what is being brought to them in the International Hip Hop Dance Fest. Just the level of creativity and the depth of creativity and what is here on this stage. And just, I bring my kids. And so to bring them and have them see this and be inspired by it and walk away knowing that this exists in the world and they can express themselves this way. Or one of my kids is a visual artist. She's not into dancing, but still just seeing people create and do this and inspire her to listen to her own inner voice that's telling her to create. I mean, it's just, yeah, I cannot wait. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No pressure now, of course. I know. I'm a little nervous, but we can get there.
Well, yeah. So Brandy hasn't seen any of the pieces.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've obviously seen everything because I've multiple times because I, curated it. So she doesn't ask to see anything because she wants to just hear about it and then see
Love
it,
that.
like the rest of the public. And yeah, the piece has the soloist, the drummer, and the poet all on stage at some point. And
Hmm.
it obviously, humans react to that kind of symbiosis of like, music live with dance, with spoken word. It just hits all of our senses.
Hmm.
And it's one of those pieces that, I think I hit you up earlier in the year and just kept
Yeah.
saying, I'm still interested. I'm just still trying to figure out the whole programming and just glad that we brought you. Tell us about this dancer that's performing.
So Sawyer Newsome, he's a homie. I just put on for the homies. That's how it is, really. Even the dancers in my company, like, I mean, I don't even like for them to call me the boss. I like to just say I'm the final decision maker. It's the Leo inside of me, of course, but love my artists. They know I'll throw down for them any day of the week. So Sawyer's a homie. We met. He came to one of my festivals. My dance company puts on an annual summer event called Water Street Dance Festival, where we bring artistic directors from all over the Midwest. Culture Shock Chicago being one, Chicago Dance Crash being
Yeah.
another. Yeah, put on for the homies. Visceral, Eisenhower, just to name a few. And then Sawyer came, and when I watched him dance, I was just like, yeah. It's something so raw about him. And again, he just checks all the boxes of what I believe a good artist should be, and very well diverse, and a good person. So when an audience watches him, they're just going to really understand why he got this role, why it's good for him, just based on what he's going to give.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very in the moment, um, with his presence and with his movement. He's
Hmm.
in the next moment, he's right there, and we love that. It
Hmm.
puts the audience at ease.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. So shoot, this is going to be exciting. Your first time, you're coming as well. He's coming too. Of course, I wouldn't leave him in Milwaukee and just have him.
Yeah. Yeah. If anybody want a session, battle me. What's up? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, baby.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Circle. And
Battle me.
in the cipher at the beginning of the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, so at the beginning of every show, we just have this. All the performers come out and they just dance while the audience is coming and taking their seats, and that
I
happens
love that.
15, 20 minutes. So I want to see you, Brandy.
Yeah, I'll make sure my clothes aren't too tight that day. I'll dress like a dancer, not a director.
Dance like a dancer, and then you can
Yeah.
afterward.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, you
Gotta
put your
let 'em know.
director outfit on when the show starts or for the next
Got
whatever.
it.
Yeah, pick your night that you're gonna be in the cipher.
I gotta scope the girls out. I gotta make sure.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We're looking forward to that. So we know that you have other things that you've got to do today.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to just say thank you for the information and thank you for giving us all this back history of what you're doing. But most of all, thank you for what you're doing. And it sounds like, you're in a great place and you're just taking in with gratitude and learning and then paying it forward, so to speak. And that's a beautiful thing. And you're just shining for that, dear.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. I think it's important that everyone, I think, should know that, like, you need to always be grateful. And I think as artists too, that you should never stop learning, especially for the field that I'm in. And I'm only speaking from more of a contemporary concert background, but like, it's so important to stay evolving, even as people, you know what I mean? What's going on in the world, and just giving people grace. You just never know what somebody's going through. You know what I mean? So,
Too.
and I just
Right.
carry myself that way. And again, I would not really be able to do that without the influence that I had at a young age, and to all the people and my teachers. So important. And I think I was really lucky as a kid, Black kid from the South Side of Chicago, to also learn from Black men like that. That really was impactful. And as I get older in my 30s, I start to really realize how lucky I was. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad you can feel that gratitude because it's something that, I've been working on. 20s was rough, but here we are, 30s, book blessed, stressed, but grateful. You know what I mean?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I can feel your gratitude. I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, one last thing I just want to ask you, and this is just for fun. Is there anything that has ever happened to you on stage that has been ridiculous? Like
Oh
just
my God.
so embarrassing or so funny or so hilarious? Like one thing that you could think of?
I mean, I got traumatic things for sure.
No, I know we all have trauma.
No, I got drama.
Drama.
Yeah. One time I tore my meniscus on stage. That was like the first time. And it was like my first time that I actually auditioned for So You Think. And like how reality TV works is that, they film everything beforehand. So you go back to your normal life until the show starts. And I actually made the show, but because I tore my meniscus that first season, did not get the show. That was a huge ego check for me. I think that was like my first lesson from God. Like, honestly, like you need to humble yourself. And then funny, I mean, one time I was on tour in Mexico and I had this one guy who I danced with. He was so hyper masculine, just like beyond hyper masculine. And I was just like, bro, you need to chill out. You know what I mean? Like, just relax. And we had this one piece that was a comedy work. And I do different stuff to him every rehearsal, like just different stuff so he could be ready. And then when we were on stage, I literally just like smacked his ass so hard. And I just remember him. And we were wearing kilts. It was just a lot going on. So I did that. And it wasn't assault, we're homies. So
He was okay. He didn't get
obviously
mad.
Have to ask first, but
Okay.
but I just got him so good. And then of course, you fall on stage, whatever.
Yeah.
Fall real hard in center. It's all happened to us.
Right. Kicked in the face.
The knees go weak. So, but I just always live for the moment. I think that's another reason why I'm an artist is I love live art. I love the moment.
Me too.
I just live in that.
That's the thing. Things happen. Clothes fall off. People fall down. People smack ass.
No Janet Jackson. I've never had that, but
okay.
I don't think I would be mad about it, but it's never happened. You know what I mean?
Audiences love you more after stuff that happens. Like, and that's what amateurs don't understand is that, like my students, I have to constantly remind them that once you make a mistake, you've reminded the audience that you are like them, a human being, and that they might just support you even more. Yes. Oh my goodness. So thank you so much for your time. Everyone, come and see Action, Reaction, and Words at the 26th Annual San Francisco International Hip Hop Dance Fest, November 9th and 10th. This week will be joined by 9 other dance companies, 3 from Los Angeles, 1 from Paris, 1 from Canada, and 3 from the Bay Area. I'm so happy about that. Representing. We're going to have different things each of the 3 shows. The shows are all the same. Saturday, there's a 7 p.m. show. Sunday, there are 2 shows. Come to one, come to all, come and check it out. Come say hi to me, Brandy, Morgan, and everyone else. And until then, we hope you are well and we wish you much love and much
respect.
Bye, y'all.